between. Welcome to Hack the Dino Gaming Mania, where we bring you the very best of the past, present, and future of video games. I am your ring announcer and the host with the most voice via diaphragm, Ben Rosenthal. Today we have got a blockbuster match for you. Introducing first, and standing to my left, weighing in at 98 kilos and standing at just under 6 feet tall, he is the biggest, the baddest, the bestest, and all-round big eye, the main cloud fanatic, the Tifa to some other thing I don't know anything about, because Final Fantasy VII is shit! Anto!
Call me John Cena, because you can't see me after that.
And his opponent for this evening, weighing in at way too much and standing at 7'3", he is Xboxer's biggest fan. The hunky, the dory, the enabler, Floppy Starry!
I'd just like to say I'm happy to be here. I've been training for months for this night right here, right now, no matter what the outcome. It's going to be great.
You don't promo after a ring announce, Floppy.
I've never been to one. I don't know this.
You get ready to rumble.
I'm ready to rumble.
And now,
Bumble.
Hack the Dino Gaming Cast presents the clash of the kind of okay co-hosts who talk about games. Yeah, this has gone to hell. Floppy,
Yes, mate.
what would you do if you were a real wrestler?
I would probably get the crap beaten out of me and then make a list of underrated open world games.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any ideas what games may be on there?
Underrated ones, things that, people don't play because
okay.
of reasons. Things like, I don't know, Recon.
All right.
Possibly Red Faction.
And Anto, while I'm interviewing everyone in the middle of the ring here, your opponent Floppy here is very keen to talk about underrated video games. Is there anything in particular you want to hear about during this worldwide wrestling event?
Yeah, I want to hear about all the games that have been delayed so far this year.
Well, you can go back to last week's episode and listen to that, but what would you like to hear about this week? You'd like to hear about game deals. Oh, yes, I heard. See, little known fact, Anto's special ability in the ring is the Mind Sweeper. Ooh. Not Mind Sweeper, the Mind Sweeper,
yes.
Where he projects his thoughts into your little cranium and messes around and makes you pee your pants.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Ben's the best. See, he's doing it again. He's just talking. He's taking control of my mouth. He does that. He takes control of people's mouths.
Floppy's amazing. Oh.
Whoa. Ben's got a large head. Way.
Floppy also has a large head.
Whoa.
Different kind.
You should see them do lightsaber duels with their penises.
Oh.
Anto, what are you doing?
You deserve it.
Floppy.
Yes, mate.
Now, you are somewhat of a gaming savant. Is that the right terminology?
Sure.
You're a bit of a gaming cocaine feed. You just like all the games and snorting them right into your brainstem.
If what you like to trying to say is I try a little bit of a lot of games and not a lot of a very few amount.
Right.
Yes, I try a lot of games.
So you have opinions.
Yeah.
Would you like to share one of those opinions?
I would. Would you like to know what it is?
I would.
I would like to
Sorry,
share.
I read it. We don't need to do it. Show's cancelled. It's right here. All right, go.
He's just going to read it. Okay. Some of my picks for some of the underrated open world games that are out there, because I've been in Horizon Forbidden West, open world game. Funnily enough, it seems to be a little overshadowed by Elden Ring, which, funnily enough, when the first one came out, got a little bit overshadowed by Breath of the Wild. So I started thinking about other games that were, say, open world, and I think are pretty awesome, that may have been, for one reason or another, passed over. By many. Not by all, but by many. So I've run it now. These are in no particular order. I've just thrown them up there, but I have left probably my favourite one to last.
Oh,
Yes.
teaser. Hang around to find out Floppy's favourite open world game.
So first game I've pulled up is Red Faction Guerrilla. which came out on the PS3 and 360 in June of 2009.
I love having a part of a gorilla.
Red Faction. So this is set on a partially terraformed Mars, and you play a worker who's part of a resistance group now, taking on the oppressive Earth Defense Force. Very, very cool. The story is good, but the core gameplay is like it's the shit. So you get to smash and blow the shit out of everything. It was one of the first ones that I ever played that had like a...
Which is weird. When I describe a game blowing shit, it's generally not a good thing.
No. Blowing shit up. We'll call it that. It is so... Everything is destructible.
Oh, cool.
You got to bring down buildings and shit. The entire map is open to you straight away. And you can use your hammer. So you have a massive sledgehammer and like demo charges and amongst other weapons and stuff like that. To go and liberate people at your pleasure. You got to weaken the Earth Defense Force's hold on certain sectors by like destroying buildings and getting rid of them and stuff like that. And that'll unlock different story quests and things like that. I don't know why it was not picked up as much as I think it should have been, but it is awesome.
Cool.
A lot of fun. And yeah, the first couple came out on PS2, I think. This is the third game in the series, but yeah, came out.
And thanks to IGN for letting us use their video and, not capturing gameplay, Floppy. Or at least looking up someone who's captured a gameplay and putting that up instead.
Look, I got it done early by doing it quick. Would you like to read the next one, or are you?
No, I reckon you breeze through it, dude, because I haven't played many of these games, and I do have a little bit of information about this next game.
So next game, I hadn't played, but when looking up games that other people have thought were underrated open world games, I really dug the vibe of it, and I went and bought it.
Wow.
It was cheap. It was like $20 on the PS5.
Wow.
Or like $25 on the PS5. So this is Yonder, the Cloudcatcher Chronicles. Came out in July of 2017, so it's not real old.
PS3 game?
No, it came out 2017, so like PS4.
Right.
Xbox One, stuff like that. So this one you take Zelda, take Harvest Moon, and take Animal Crossing and mix them all up together. And you get Yonder. I think it looks really beautiful. But you are your little character on your way via ship to your home, and a storm wrecks you, and a magical sprites then task you with saving their home from purple goo that is covering their land. That's it. It's cute, it's weird, it's pretty. It's part farm sim, part adventure with like a really big and really varied sort of map, like the areas that you come across. You get completing quests for villages. You're tending to run down farms and building them back up again. You clear the muck that's covering their land. And this all goes towards increasing a completion percentage in certain areas, to which unlocks multipliers to increase the chance of finding cool tools and wild animals.
Yet find wild animals?
Yeah. In the wild.
The little bit of... I was doing some research for another segment that we have maybe down the road. So pretty much I have segments in backup. When I'm planning the show, I have segments waiting for me to slip in when there hasn't been much news or...
Deep.
God, Floppy. God, grow up.
No.
Jeez.
Never
grow up. It's a trap. So one of the segments that I'm currently writing is rare and expensive PlayStation games.
Right.
Apparently, Yonder is a rather rare one.
Well, you don't see too many copies around.
Yeah,
so you do see them, at the moment, they're not real pricey.
I'm assuming the PS5 one is a modern release. Or
it's a relatively new. It was originally released on PS4.
This is where I thought it was the PS3 version. Or maybe was it on the PS3 as well? Was it one of those cross-gen ones that had a limited run on the PS3 but mainly came out on the PS4?
Not that I'm aware of, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Anto?
Hello.
Can you do a quick search for me and just see what systems Yonder came out?
I can indeed. Bear with me.
Because according to my research, the very minimal research that I've done so far, is that, Yonder on the PS3, because it had a very low print run, is actually worth a fair bit of money. So if you have it out there, be sure to send it to us over at hackthedino.com.
It came out on PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One,
right?
PlayStation 5,
Yep.
and the Series consoles.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it came out on PS3.
So maybe the PlayStation 4.
Unless it was digitally. I don't know.
Well, you can't really buy digital games.
Well, its earliest release was 2017. So
yeah.
I just thought it may have been one of those cross ones where, like Just Dance, where they release a game.
They release them on everything all at once?
Yeah.
They were even releasing Just Dance on the Wii once they stopped releasing on the Wii U.
Yeah.
My next game is one that the types of games I generally sort of steer away from. But I had so much fun with this one. This is Ghost Recon Wildlands, so it's a Tom Clancy game. Set in... You say that, right? Because that's the same thing I thought.
Wow.
No, I saw your face.
I raised an eyebrow.
Yeah, no, I saw your face.
I heard that. I heard that, you bark. Oh, jeez.
So it came out in March 2017 on PS4 and Xbox One. This is one of the best co-op games ever to be able to play with. Yeah, absolutely. You can play it on your own, which is fine, but you're just going to go
I
through
have to because no one will play Fortnite with me.
But it's the ability to play the game however you like, which is awesome. So you can play with up to 4 friends, or 3 friends, so in a team of 4. And you're all special forces guys, taking out cartels and stuff in this area. But you don't have to do that. You can follow the story. You could wander aimlessly and come across bad guys and take them out. You could do it going in guns blazing. You could do it stealthily. You could do a combination of both. Or you can just steal cars, planes, or helicopters and go wingsuiting.
Cool.
And that's what we used to do a lot. Like I used to hang out with some mates and we used to do this on a semi-regular basis. We used to go steal a plane and then go find the tallest mountain and jump off it in wingsuits and just race each other down the thing. And it was so much fun. The environments are beautiful and the character creation is like super satisfying for especially one of these style of games. I wish I could find the photo, but I couldn't. I managed to make a character that looks remarkably like myself, including outfits that I would probably wear. And so it was really uncanny.
So, like, nothing. Just full tackle out.
Yeah. Balls to the wall.
Just flapping in your face as you go down.
Stop now. Stop now. Yeah, I mean, keep doing that. But yeah, no, Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's really cheap. It's really easy to get into. It's a big open world. It looks great, and it's a lot of fun if you're playing with others. Not as much if you're playing on your own, but you know, you're being so weird, man.
What the hell?
We're gonna have
Also,
to just
yes, I
cut
realise
out
I'm
from
red.
Here that way for a while. The next game I'm talking about, I think I brought up on the show before because I think we actually got Dan back in the day, may he rest in peace, to actually stream this on one of his stream days.
Oh, right. Jeez, that was a while ago.
So this, yeah, I know. This one came out in 2016. It's called Recon. It came out on the Xbox One and PC. It did have an unfortunately buggy release, which is why a lot of people pass it up. However, like less than a year later, it was released again in the definitive edition with all the DLC. They've tweaked everything to get it looking sweet and sexy. And it's awesome. Like, I love this game. You play as Jewel, that's the main character there. And you're on a planet called Far Eden with your little core bot. Your little core bot is... so you have like a sphere, which is a power cell essentially, and it fits into different sort of robots. This one, your main one is like a dog, and they have different abilities. You can get a gorilla, you can get like a little spider one as well. The story is simple, but it's a really fun open world. It's in a desert and a machine sort of environment. And it is quite sparse, but the art style tends to enhance it and give it this like this beautiful sheen just over everything. Not quite sure, kind of cell shady, which I really like the look of. It has like Zelda style dungeons and stuff you could go into, and you could use the different core bots to go past certain areas, and you know, get rewards to upgrade your core bots, upgrade your weapon. The real gem though, like of this, is super simple combat. Like you can master it like easily.
I mean, I've seen me play video games.
Yeah, so you would like this.
I don't think I could.
You have 3 different modes for your rifle, which are just designated by colours, like yellow, blue, and red.
Whoa. 3 colours?
3 colours.
Calm down,
and
buddy.
you match them up with different types of enemies to wear them down quicker. And then you can extract their cores with like this little tug-of-war mini-game, which then, you use to upgrade and stuff. It's really cool. It's super simple, and it's a lot of fun, and it's real pretty. And I think everyone should give it a crack because it's one of those ones you just don't see very often either. Mm-hmm. So if you do see it, grab it because I think most people would enjoy it if you like open world games. After this, we have... now, I know a lot of people got sick of these games.
Yes, the most underrated of all games.
Not the most underrated of all games, but an underrated game nonetheless. Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I've never heard of Assassin's Creed. Can you talk me through it?
You've never heard it? No. Assassin's Creed Syndicate came out after Unity, which was like an absolute trash fire when it released.
With, I believe, Syndicate, music by Austin Wintory, and Tripod.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with an announcement as well. I kickstarted a game, like a musical game. I forget what it's called now. But it's just been announced that Tripod are doing the music for it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
I legit didn't know Tripod was still around.
For our international audiences, Tripod are a comedy trio in Australia who are very, very funny. Very, very funny fellows. Are a comedy band, but also really good musicians, also really keen gamers. They did the song here for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And
Is that like the main theme song or something? Or?
Yeah, like where they go, drugs, drink 'em. I had it in Braydan vs. the World a lot. Because it was a good song, good time.
The main antagonist in Assassin's Creed Syndicate shares my last name.
Really?
And I've never heard it anywhere else.
Oh, maybe you're an assassin. Wait, the antagonist.
Prob's not.
Maybe you're the bad guy that's screwing up our internet.
Possibly. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Syndicate came out in 2015 on PS4, Xbox One, PC. Like I said before, it was the unfortunate follow-up to the broken mess that was Unity.
Why was it so broken?
It was. Have you not seen any of the glitch footage of Unity? So people came out and they're like characters had no faces.
Sweet.
They were just like scalped hair and eyeballs floating and.
Oh, like WWE 2K 2020.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like that part one. It was a horrible mess, and it really like shook up anyone that was a fan of Assassin's Creed, and a lot of people passed over Syndicate. But this was actually a really good return to, and I think an improvement on the series. So it took place in Victorian era England. Had you playing twin assassins, so for the first time you're playing two different characters. Mm-hmm. You were twins, Jacob and Evie. Jacob was like, as you can see in the footage, like more of a brawler. Running around, he had a cane that he would had like little hidden sword and stuff in it, which was really cool. Evie was more rooftops and stealthy, and you couldn't just switch in between them when you wanted to, but it had like certain missions that you do with one or the other to sort of further on the story. Really, really cool. Had you interacting with people like Charles Dickens?
Cool. Did they remain faithful to the horrendous child labour that was predominant in this day and age?
I don't remember if there was children working in factories, but there probably was.
Bit of a chimney sweep.
Yeah,
I'll go up to the chimney sweep. I'm a 4-year-old.
I was waiting for one of you to do like a bad English accent.
I'll go up into that chimney and I'll get all the coal out, mister, and I certainly won't die.
You know who does the best, worst English accent?
Oh, it's me, isn't it, mister?
No, it's Craig Miller.
Oi, governor!
I'm kind of funny whenever he busts into Gary Witter, and he busts out like, "Oi, governor!"
He does an Australian one as well, which is awful.
Doesn't it just sound exactly the same as his English one?
Alana Pierce. It's a crime against humanity.
Oh, don't worry, mister. I'll get that call out for you. Oh, I'm stuck, mister.
Stop now.
You almost sounded like Elmo.
A little bit. There was a little bit of Elmo.
He's stuck in the fire. He'd burn.
So, would you like to know why no one really picked up Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
Because Elmo's freaky as shit.
Even though there was Alexander Graham Bell, there was Charles Dickens, and you got to chase down Spring Hill Jack.
Was Saucy Jack in there?
No, it's because it came out at the same year as Fallout 4, The Witcher 3, and Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, one of those games is amazing.
Which one are you talking about? Anyway.
Nanomachine, son.
So it's Fallout?
No, Metal Gear. Come on, Foppy.
That's weird.
Oh, Dad. Oh, me.
Anyway, next game.
So I saved my favourite of my underrated open world games to last. Mm-hmm. Have you seen what it is? Have you looked at the run sheet?
No, I'm going to reveal it now.
It is Mad Max. This came out in 2015, so a couple of years into what was the next gen at the time, PS4, Xbox One, came out on PC as well. In my opinion, this is one of the best and most underrated open world games ever.
Really?
Yeah. In my opinion, in my experiences, things that I've played, it blends elements from all of the Mad Max films, including the Fury Road and things like that, as you'll see probably in the trailer with some of the bad guys. It does have a Mel Gibson-y look to the main character, as well as, you know.
Oh, so racist?
No, I just meant literally looks.
Oh, okay. That's good.
You've totally thrown me off, man.
You want to stay away from racists because they're
It blends elements.
Bad.
It turns it into a sort of spiritual sequel almost to the films. It recreates the post-apocalyptic atmosphere like really, really well. And although it is full of fetch quests and raiders camps and collectibles, and that's not much else, it does manage to make them feel worthwhile and like weighty. But like you actually get good shit from doing them. The process of upgrading your character, your weapons, and your car is like super satisfying. You can make this build whatever you want, basically. It's always going to look like a rust bucket. But you pull like old cars out from ruins and you find them in places, and you can change this thing to look like anything from a VW to like the XP Falcon from the first film. And it's awesome. You get to call your car your magnum opus, as it's what it's referred to as, like your ultimate creation. The combat is essentially the Arkham series of Batman games. That same combat with really easy to do like flow-on combos.
nice.
And they really the punches and the kicks and everything feel weighty.
Oh, really?
You feel like
That is a super hard thing to get right in melee games.
it is, and they've done it wonderfully in this, like they did in Batman. I'm pretty sure it's like, I would not be surprised if it was the exact same bloody combat engine or whatever they use. But yeah, this game is unreal. It is super cheap, and no one played it, and I don't know why.
This was a
One
PS.
person played it.
Sorry, what was that, Overtalker?
One person played it.
Okay.
He didn't stop talking about it while we worked with him.
Me and another person that we worked with.
This was a PS Plus game a while back,
Yeah,
I believe.
I think it was only last year.
And honestly, I've never played it. Sorry. I've got it on my PS5. I can play it whenever I want. I just choose not to because I don't have time. Anyway, what I was trying to say is, whenever I've heard someone talk about this game, they have nothing but great words to say about it.
Yeah. It is awesome. Like I can't say enough.
Nathan Jones there on the screen, Governor.
I can't say enough like how surprising it was. He's eating maggots, by the way,
Oh, not
to
Nathan
regain
Jones.
health.
Cool.
It's beautiful. It's so well. It was so far ahead of its time. Like it looks like a game that was more later in say the PS4 and Xbox One sort of life cycle than right at 2015.
Yeah, cool. It's something I would like to play. It's open world games are generally fun, and something in the Mad Max world, it appeals to me.
It's quite simple, which appeals to me. Like there's not 1,000 different button presses or weapens to cycle through.
It has just jumped to the top of the list. Then
It is.
Next thing you'll say is it's only 10 hours long, and I'm just going to pass out.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked up how long it is actually.
Oh, right.
But yeah, really well voice acted as well.
Cool.
He actually sounds Australian.
Probably because
Probably is Australian.
probably is Australian.
But yeah, that's my list of underrated open world games. If you like the sound of any of them, go play them. If you don't.
Now, Floppy.
Yes, mate.
We haven't done this in a while.
What's that?
A little thing we like to call deals. We don't have the sound effect this time.
It still scares me though. Every time we haven't done deals, we've been running long.
Yeah, but
And every show this week we're going really quickly.
which is why you may have noticed that Ben's been bantering bullshit a lot because I'm filling in that time, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between.
Sometimes quality over quantity, mate.
Never,
Oh,
never quality.
definitely.
I noticed you didn't put any Switch games in here.
That
deals
was
this week.
that was purely by accident.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I'd finished.
Lucky for you, over on our Discord, I did a little bit of search during the week, and if you head on over to hackthedino.com and find the little Discord button, you can click on there and join our free Discord. There's no need to be a Patreon to join our Discord. Of course, if you want to into the exclusive club, you need to pay. But if you just want to hang out in the freebies with all the other fun people, head on over to hackthedino.com, click the Discord button, and join our fun-filled romps. Or orgies, as I like to call them. So first up, we have the Game of the Year from 2019, I believe. Or was it 2020? No, it was
2020?
It was 2020?
I think it was
No, it was
2020.
2019.
Was it 2019?
Anyway, it's
A couple of
Hades.
years ago. Hades.
Hades. You can get Hades on the Nintendo eShop for... these are all in Australian dollars, by the way. Down from $37.50 to $24.37. You should probably buy 2 copies of it. It is that good, this game. This game is fantastic, and I highly recommend everyone play it. And if you did like Hades, you can actually go back and play that Games Dev Studio's first game called Bastion, which was $17.50, and you can get it now for $3.50. Basically the same type of game. Yes, Anto?
I was literally about to just mention that Bastion is on sale as well, just in case you didn't. And I can't sing the praises of this development team enough. Every single game has gone from amazing to better.
They just keep improving. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's
So
a
good.
wonderful game as well. And for $3.50, like that's less than a cup of coffee. Just go buy it. Another game that you really sung the praises of, Floppy, and I've been waiting for it to go on sale before I bought it, was Gris.
Oh, yeah.
Usually on the Nintendo eShop, $23.95. It's down to $7.18.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, so tell us about Gris.
Gris is fantastic. It was a little side-scrolling platformer, which was just super atmospheric. There was very little way in the way of interacting with other characters. Mm-hmm. And it was very atmosphere, music, and visual sort of based, sort of to figure out what you're doing. It's been a while since I played this, but I remember I finished this in I want to say a couple of weeks, which is really quickly for me.
So it's about 5 hours for everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I reckon it was about a 7 or 8 hour game or something like that. I was in love with the art style, that sort of watercolor look, and just the puzzle aspects of the game. Yeah.
I actually think I might get this for Jazz. I think she'd really enjoy it.
Anyone that enjoys 2D platformer and atmospheric stuff should, hands down, for $7, get it. It's not even
completely. I was going to wait till it was
not even
10,
a choice.
But yeah, that cheap.
Yes, $7.50.
$7.18.
Just to add to the praises of this game and things that if you enjoyed, you'll like this. This is very similar in style to Child of Light, which came out on PS3, Vita, PS4, Switch. And it also feels like Journey.
Yeah, it's like 2D Journey.
Oh, that's good. That's speaking to me. That's a good time. Another is a very little known game, so bear with me. I can't exactly get the wording right.
Over and saw it. Sorry, Anto.
Sorry, you'll forgive me if you... Final Fantasy V11. So, do you know anything about Final Fantasy V11, Floppy?
I think he just left.
It's usually $23.95, still overpriced at $11.97.
Is this actually on the Switch?
Anto, yes, the original.
The original
V11. Anto, do you know anything about this V11?
He's legit. No, there he is.
Tell us about this V11.
I believe it is your favourite game of all time, is it not?
This is my favorite video game ever made.
Is it a racing game?
No. I mean, it's got a racing minigame in it.
Of course it has.
Okay.
Is it on Chocobos?
Chocobos and motorbikes.
Oh, there you go.
You eat lots
Not
of chocolate.
together.
You motorboat chocolate.
Have you played this on the Switch? Stop filling time.
If I
Quality
list
over
the
quantity.
platforms I've played this on, we'll be here for the next hour. So no.
Okay.
But I have played it on Switch. I don't like the Switch port,
Is
funnily
there any
enough.
particular reasons?
Yeah, and it's not for... How to word it? The modern ports of the game have got bonus modes that make the game easier, or you can speed the gameplay up so it doesn't take 60 hours to finish, which is absolutely fine. Quality of life stuff, I'm all for. It's a weird thing I've never been able to get over since Final Fantasy went multi-platform. It feels weird not seeing square, triangle, circle, or cross for the icons, or A, B, X, Y in the format of the Super Nintendo. So, playing anything... I don't know, it just feels weird not playing it on PlayStation. I don't know.
So it's you would say it's a personal thing, not a performance
Personal
or
thing, not a
anything?
performance thing, yeah. But yeah, no, I've most recently played through this on PS4, but I played the Switch version not 6 months ago.
You've got a problem.
Says the guy that plays nothing but Fortnite.
Hey, and Pokemon. Next up is a game that I love. Very, very short game. Very cool. A short hike. Down from $10.49 to $7.34. Really cute game. Takes about 5-6 hours max. You're basically a little bird climbing up a mountain, solving puzzles in order to get up there so you can call your mum. Next
cool.
we have from $29.99 down to $8.99. What Remains of Edith Finch, which is a lovingly, heartbreakingly, gorgeous, amazing game that I just loved. I probably recommend you play it on the PS4 or PS5 rather than the Switch because it's a little bit glitchy, but beautiful game.
Don't
Highly
play it on the
recommend
Switch
it.
because it's a good deal.
It is a very good deal. Play it on the Switch if you like it. Spring and go for the PlayStation.
I've had so many people tell me to play this, but I just haven't.
It's heartbreaking. It's oof. Yeah.
You got to be in a good place to play it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rhyme. That kind
okay.
of tugging those old heartstrings. And I freaking loved Rhyme.
Fair,
it was
cool.
great. Next, Enter the Gungeon. One of Dan's favourite games.
He did love this
Ooh,
one.
it's a good time.
Tell us about Enter the Gungeon very quickly, Anto.
It's a roguelike or roguelite, however you say the platform. So it's a randomized, procedurally generated game each time.
It's roguelike because those games are based on the very first procedural game, which was called Rogue.
That
Or
makes a lot more
Rouge,
sense.
if you're from Mulan.
That makes a lot more sense and is a good explanation for why I've hated that fucking description of game genres for a while. It's a
Take
good
that.
time. It's Twitch based. It's like a bullet hell game meets Dark Souls, but pixel based.
Yeah. Basically.
It's very difficult, very challenging. The music's
me.
super fun. The bosses are ridiculous. Vulcan Raven from Metal Gear Solid. They kind of pay homage to him with a giant pigeon with a Gatling gun.
Yes.
It's
Nice.
ridiculous. It's just a good time. If it's cheap, get it and struggle
yeah,
through
well,
it.
It's only $8.75. Not as cheap, but definitely worth your time. Is Narita Boy, which
Is this the one that has the Tron?
yeah, it is. It's basically a side-scrolling Tron game.
That
it's
sounds
freaking
cool.
awesome. Based in the '80s, awesome synthwave music. It is $15, down from $37.50. Or if you've got Xbox Game Pass, it's also on there. So probably go on Xbox Game Pass, give it a play there. It's a good time. Very, very quickly, the last couple of ones. We've got The Messenger, which is $12, down from $30. Katana Zero, which is another excellent game where you can make mistakes, rewind time, and then go back and make the correct decision. Down from $22.50 to $13.50. Florence from Australian game dev Mountains, $2.89, down from $8. And lastly, Gone Home, that classic PlayStation game, from $17.99 down to $5.29.
Gone Home's good.
It was a good time. Anyway, Floppy, on to the rest of the deals. What do we got?
So I've not got anywhere near as many per platform as you had there. That was
I
amazing.
take my job seriously.
I do it. On the PlayStation Store, there's a couple of really good deals. So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, really big, really...
Oh, shit, really? Sorry, I only just read this.
Thanks for that. From $69.95 down to $14.
And
Free upgrade to PS5.
that's awesome. Like, I think I might jump on PlayStation after this.
If you haven't played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and you are a Star Wars fan, it's a wonderful story. It is a little Souls-like, but it's very Souls-light. As in, it's nowhere near the difficulty level, but you do have elements like revisiting areas and stuff.
It's Souls friendly.
I was going to say, Souls friendly is probably a really good description because in terms of how the game plays, you've got to dodge, your attacks are kind of slow, you've got to time things. It's not a hack and slash.
It's nowhere near as punishing though. Like I could play it and I finished it, and I don't even touch Souls games.
Nowhere near as punishing. If you want to get into Souls games, this is your best jumping off point, and you can change the difficulty. This is absolutely... This is a good example of why Dark Souls probably could have a difficulty scale.
Because you can change it on the fly as
Yeah.
well. For this one.
How do you fit on the fly? They're very small.
But yeah, it is wonderful.
Ant-Man.
It is really beautiful. I believe it's canon in the Star Wars universe.
Yes, because they had the actor who played Carl Kester? Something like
Cal
that. Carl Kester.
Kestis?
Anyway, he was at the Disney World unveiling his lightsaber that you can build
very
in the
cool.
lightsaber factory.
And he was an actor that I recognised. I'd seen him in Shameless.
And he's also in the Batman show, Gotham.
Gotham, yeah, he was
he's the Joker.
Joker. Yeah, cool guy.
Spoiler.
If you haven't watched it by now.
Too bad.
The other deal I've pulled out for the PlayStation was another one that is, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before on the show because I thought it was a great time. Ace Combat 7. This is an absolutely beautiful game. Full 360-degree view, flight, arcade. It sort of blends flight sim and arcade fighter in a fictional world where like the main form of combat is all aerial combat, and it has aircraft.
Flounder's there as well.
Flounder.
They're singing a good song, and Ursula tries to eat them all. Now you know how Dan felt.
It has aircraft all the way back from World War II aircraft to futuristic stuff as well, and a really cool storyline. This is the full game plus 6 DLC packs. It's normally $144.95. It's down to $28.
That's a real good deal.
Like,
Good
it is
deal.
it is one of the few games that I've taken screenshots of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because it's great. It's so goddamn pretty. Definitely worth it if you ever like flight sims or arcade flight simulator fighter games. Go for it. Get it. It's really, really cool. Over on the X-Pass?
X-Boss. Jump aboard the X-Boss, everyone.
Xbox, over on
The
Games
Xbox is
Pass.
coming. We're already jumping.
We're not
on the
sponsored by
Xbox.
Xbox or the Venga Boys.
Xbox. Like to Xbox the place. And I'm shut
Ben?
up now. Sorry.
Thank you. A couple of cool things that have come to Game Pass. Tunic, which I reckon you would dig. Ben, this is an isometric action game about a small little fox on a really big adventure. You get to face beasts, collect items, and unravel secrets, but it looks really goddamn cute.
Tunic, yeah, absolutely.
So you're aware of it?
Must play. Oh, totally. Scored amazingly well. Yeah, Tunic is definitely on my must play list. It's a Souls-like Zelda, basically.
I was just going to say, Souls-like 2D Zelda.
Yep. No, not 2D, isometric.
Isometric. So Link to the Past.
2.5-ish.
Well,
2.75.
Another one to look out for on Game Pass, if you have it, is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga
Chaka. Guardians of the Galaxy, super fun game, especially if you're into the characters or the comics or the movies. It doesn't really matter. You'll be familiar with them. You get this ragtag crew of guys who are. It's written really well. It's hilarious writing and interaction between all the characters.
You finished this, right?
I'd almost finish it, and then I got Horizon.
Oh, so do you
I'll go back and finish it.
That's what
I'll go back and finish it.
Where would you put it on a difficulty scale? Like 1 to...
Difficulty? As
Yeah.
in like 1
How
to...
hard did you find it? Like what's the ratio of...
Oh, it's easy.
Oh, it's easy?
Yeah, it's easy.
Is it like quick time event
No,
easy? Or
there's some quick time events when it comes to like finishing moves and things like that, or just but they're not very long. It's like 2 or 3 presses. To sometimes do combo moves, you might just be press 1 button.
Right.
Like you can you only control Star-Lord, but you interact and have limited control over the other members of the group as well. And you can call them in to do combos with you, and it might just go, all right, you'll be in proximity, hit X, and you'll do a combo with Gamora or something. And
Right.
you just hit X while they're in there, and yeah,
You smash that X.
you smash that X.
Just like you smash that subscribe button. That's what we do, right? On YouTube?
But yeah,
Smash.
that's my deals for today.
Cool. Good deals. Well,
Thanks, mate. No, thank you for doing Switch that I forgot.
you're welcome. That's why I'm here, to do deals with people who do also good. It's time to quiz on your face.
Quiz on your face. Yes, a quiz. Yes, a quiz on your face.
That's the intro. This is our game where we have 4 questions, 2 chosen by me and 2 chosen by our lovely high-end Patreon supporters. You'll find out more about them later. But of those 4 questions, each question has 4 multiple choice options, and it is up to our fine competitors, Floppy representing Floppy and Anto representing Gerbils?
Anto.
Gerbils. He's gone for the gerbils. He's doing it all for the gerbils today. Anto, tell us about your gerbils.
I don't have any.
Sorry, I meant giblets. Anto's doing it for the giblets. Anto, tell us about all your giblets.
Isn't that chicken bits?
That's
Slice of
one word.
turkey.
No, I meant balls. Tell us about your balls.
Questions.
Anto.
How about questions?
We'll go through what everyone's got so far. So
okay.
Braden was on last week because you were...
Indisposed.
Yes, you were...
I was isolated due to being in close contact. Happens.
Not to me. Knock on wood. Braden got 2. Right. So Braden's on 2.
Yeah.
Matching Jazz, who guested 1 episode, is also on 2.
Are you keeping a running tally for the whole
Everyone
thing? Even if
who
they've
comes
only
on.
been on one show?
Correct. So next time we
that's
have
a
a
bit
guest star, I've spoken to Mr. A-Game. He's keen to come back on when the stars align. So whenever
Okay.
he comes on, you betcha his store's going on here as well.
There are going to be
Anto,
Nintendo questions in, aren't they?
what?
I mean, I hope not. Be a bit
What?
biased, wouldn't it?
No, I'm not like that at all. You're crazy. You're a crazy man. You're a crazy person.
Sorry, I've just seen
Quiz on your
Townsy's
face, face
comment in the
masks.
chat, which says, quiz on your face masks would be some pretty neat merch.
I'm going to make it. I'm going to do it. Remind me, Floppy, when we talk tomorrow, can you please remind me to make quiz on your face masks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an awesome idea. Michael Towns was stealing that. You didn't come up with it. It's our intellectual. Yep.
Intellectual property.
Anto caught up last week. He's on 6.
Oh!
Yeah, all it takes for me to get better scores is for Braden to be here.
And lastly,
Sorry, mate.
Floppy, you're leading here, just like you're leading all the fantasy critics on 7.
It's Floppy's year.
It's
Put it that
the
way.
year of the floppy.
So, Anto, you're on 6.
No kids will be born because it is the year of the floppy.
You've been here every week, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
I think have I missed 2 or I've missed 2
You've
or
missed
3.
2.
Have I missed 2 or 3?
2 or 3, something like that.
Ooh, it's a bit rough.
I mean, to be fair, I pretty much dominated
Oh, yeah,
Breakdown
look,
versus
you know
the
what?
world.
You are the reason we had to change the game.
I'm totally unashamed at just pointing out my awesomeness at this game because I sucked so bad at the last one.
And just remember, I suck at all of them, which is why I host it. Okay? All right, so our very first question is from Patreon supporter and all-round good chapstick. Good chapstick. Is Dylan the villain?
Oh, I like Dylan. He's got good questions.
Here we go. Nintendo is so protective of Shigeru Miyamoto that they won't let him walk or ride a bike to work because A. Sega put a bounty on his head. B. They're afraid he'll get into an accident. C. Because he's better than you. Or D. If he dies,
Anto.
Mario dies. Anto.
Because he'll get into an accident.
Yes, correct. Correct. They are deathly afraid that the gold mine that is Shigeru Miyamoto will meet his demise. He was actually quite disappointed, legend has it, that he couldn't ride his bike to work anymore. Having said that...
I also forgot we were yelling our names out before. We could yell our names out before.
Yeah. Having said that, Shigeru Miyamoto smokes like a train. So...
That's surprising, honestly. I wouldn't have expected that.
Japan still has a massive cigarette smoking culture.
Yeah.
They're still allowed to advertise it, aren't they?
Advertise it and smoke in restaurants. Like when I was there last, I'd quite often go into a restaurant and they go, oh, smoking or no smoking? You go, oh, no smoking. It's, all right, just over there underneath the cloud that came from the other end of the restaurant.
Just on that side of the room, which is no way separate from
There's
this
a
side of the
petition.
room.
There's a petition that goes up to maybe there.
So, you mean like lower than the ceiling?
Yeah.
I just want to quickly say about what Dylan's just posted. Mm-hmm. I think that question, common sense and Nintendo kind of go together really well for that particular answer.
So Dylan the villain has said, honestly, Ben, you need to come up with better answers. Well, Dylan...
He can't. He's not that good.
It's not my job. Okay. Question number 2. Anto's drawing now with Floppy. What a comeback.
Ooh.
Here we go. Pac-Man was invented by the designer Toru Iwatani. I think I got that right. While he was A. Eating a pizza.
Floppy.
Floppy?
Eating a pizza.
Correct. I'll go through the rest of them, just in case. B. Drawing a pie chart. C. Being misogynistic. Or D. Insert joke option here.
I mean, I was probably leaning 60% towards the pizza answer, but if I heard pie chart afterwards, I would have been like, ooh,
That's why it was there. So, the story behind it is that he wanted a game that females would enjoy. And because females like cooking so much, he looked down at the pizza he was eating and went, oh, look at that. So the misogynistic one I would have also accepted.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll add that to Floppy's score. So Floppy, you're on 8 now.
Yeah.
You've taken the lead back. But there's still 2 more questions to go. So who's going to win? Nobody knows.
Or it could be a tie.
It could be. Okay, the next question is from Game Boy Games himself, Mr. Michael Towns.
Buoy.
Buoy.
Game Bowie Dad.
Game Bowie.
Now I'm doing that every time.
That's it, you've amalgamated them. There's no going back now. Sorry, you 2 of you Patreons, you're now 1 with 2 heads. 4 heads, actually.
Question.
No, actually 3 heads. You have to share the PP. What was the code name for the PlayStation 1? Was it A, PCX, B, MSX, C, PSX,
Anto.
or D, SEX? Anto?
PSX.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Which, to this day, still really miffs me, but people call it the PSX, even though there's actually a PSX that exists, which is a PS2 with a DVR in it, but was Japan only.
Get a load of Mr. Uptight over here, eh?
Yeah. Maybe we're going to have to bring back music questions.
So you're 8 apiece now.
Yay.
All right. No, isn't he one above me now?
No, you're both on 8. Both
Yeah.
on 8. So here we go. Who is going to go into next week? The leader with the sash, the winner's sash. Question number 4. Here we go. You ready? Okay, I'm about to say it. Let's go. Let's go, everyone. Let's do it. Let's do
Oh my God, shut up.
Mario was originally what in Donkey Kong? Was he A, a plumber, B, a carpenter,
Anto.
Floppy.
C, pissed off his tits, or D, a golfer?
Anto. Carpenter.
Fuck, I knew that.
Correct! He was a carpenter! So at the end of that round of quiz on your face, or whatever we're calling it, Braden's on 2, Jazz is on 2, Floppy has lost the lead on 8, and Anto, after a rough start, is here representing his giblets on 9.
Well done, Anto.
Only
Well
ants.
done, Anto.
I knew that one too. Damn it.
As soon as you said car, I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Cutting over my outro.
that's all right.
We've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast where we bring you all the video game news about the past, present, and future of video games. But this isn't all we do. We do a plethora of other things. Floppy, what do you do with your plethora?
Well, I mean, I do one other thing.
Yep.
I throw photos up on Instagram and show people all the stuff that I spend my money on.
Oh.
Because I'm that guy.
You got any good showings on your grams?
I picked up Kirby today and popped that up there.
Oh, nice.
And just recently, I did purchase some controllers from the Nintendo Online store.
Oh,
I
what
got
did you get?
I got a Mega Drive controller and a SNES controller for my Switch.
Now, have you used the Mega Drive one at all?
I haven't even taken out the box yet.
Are you going to do it, or are you going to be like
Yeah.
me and not?
No, I buy things to use them, mate.
That's true. That is true.
I've also thrown up some pictures of cool collector's editions like Ori that I've got there from Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Now, what's your rarest collection you think you've got? Collector's
The
piece.
rare-
The
oh.
rarest, whatever, special edition thingy.
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably go through my Metal Gear Solid collector's editions. Probably pretty rare.
That is extremely rare. That is really, really cool, actually.
That is probably one of the rarest things I've got.
That goes for
other than-
stupid money now as well.
Does it?
Yeah, like $500.
They're not getting it.
Oh, can I have it?
No.
But I need it.
No. I think I've got some other rare things, but I don't know if I do think I'd call super rare.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I'd have to go through and actually have a look. To be honest, I don't check what things are worth or what they're how rare they are, because I buy things because I want them.
I sat down the other weekend and just went through my games. Just my games, not my consoles, not any of my rare
Yep.
stuff. Just my games, my loose games and my box games.
Yeah.
And put them into my collector database that I have that gets all the prices from pricecharts.com.
Yep.
And just my games are worth around $32K.
And now that's public knowledge.
That's all right. They don't know where I live. Don't dox me. Anto, what do you do?
Kind of the same thing as Floppy occasionally. I put some stuff up on Instagram, which it's not letting me log into, so I'm not going to try and show people the login bit. I'm at YoIt'sAnto on Instagram. I'll often put up stuff like games I've picked up or things I'm doing. I also do the social medias for Hack The Dino, so go to hackthedino.com. Our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram is handled by myself. That's pretty much it. I occasionally stream things like Elden Ring, which has been my obsession recently.
You also, don't sell yourself short, you also pull apart computers on 1 hour's sleep.
Yeah, that's a thing I've been doing. And that's an ongoing saga at this point.
You gonna plan to stream anymore? I mean, we should do more Fortnite, really. 'Cause that's
Fortnite
a
should
fun
definitely
time.
be something we do more of. It's just fun. It's stupid. People don't need to pay attention to what we're doing gameplay-wise if they just want to hear us talk.
Go there for intelligent banter.
Yeah, if you're not there for intelligent conversation or gameplay, it's a good time.
I am gonna let a little secret go. Like, you guys might be.
I thought I smelled something.
You might be a little bit shocked to hear this, but I'm going to reveal it now. When watching those streams where the three of us play Fortnite in teams or in duos or whatever, I purposely troll both of you to just entertain myself. So
You don't only do it there.
Yeah, you don't only do it on stream.
I mean, pretty sure as long as you're awake, you're doing that.
life's not worth living if you can't, drive those away,
But
those
that-
closest to you away.
That's why we have
main
Anto,
banter.
the smart one that can fix stuff. You, the antagonistic one.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
And the pretty one.
Who's the pretty one? Dan's gone.
Ah, mate. I said pretty. Not pretty old.
Oh!
What is he going to do? What is he going to do? He's not
Nothing.
here.
He doesn't even watch. Don't worry
No.
about it. And finally, I do some things over at Mr. Benjamin, which you don't have to worry about on Instagram. But I also do stuff over on Bad Game Arts, which is my guilty pleasure, which I love more than anything.
You do. You find some amazing stuff.
So at the moment, we're just looking at my at Mr. Benjamin on Instagram, where I find all my things. You'll see there, I finally got my childhood NES
what is
collection
that?
down.
Weird as controller.
So that is the NES. I forgot its name, but it's the
NES Max.
NES Max. Thank you. It was on the back of the NES box. It was that, the 4-score, the NI5 joystick, and the arcade stick.
So
and
why
I finally
was this
got them all.
your Grail setup?
No idea.
Oh.
As a kid with
Did
the
you saw it on
NES,
the box?
I saw it on the box. I needed all those things, and finally I found the NES Max controller in the wild and grabbed it and picked it up. What are you pointing at?
That's the stuff that we traded.
What's that?
You and I did a trade.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I gave you a whole bunch of amiibos.
Yeah, you gave me amiibos, and there was a game in there. I can't remember what it was now. I probably should have posted that.
Yeah, probably. That's
Whoops.
all right. Anyway, but you can also head on over to Bad Game Arts. That's Bad Game Art with an S on the end because it was taken. And you can see some of the worst video game art that humanity has ever produced. Like, honestly, this stuff is horrendous. I take a lot of fun and care in these covers.
I don't know how you've kept finding them. Like, I thought you would hit a limit at some point.
So we can see there, if you scroll down a little bit there, Anto, some of my favourite ones, such as the one in the top left-hand corner there called Dungeon Explorer. It looks like it was a cave painting.
It looks like I drew it when I was 7.
The guy looks like he's masturbating over that woman in red.
Oh
doesn't
my
he?
God, he does.
Doesn't he? He looks like he's got it out and he's giving it a good old tug, and she's
Left-handed
not having
too.
A good time.
Nice.
Well, you know. And then we've got over on the same line over to the right there.
Is that a rip-off of like an Anthrax album or something?
I don't know what it is, but if you just scroll up a little bit, please, Anto. You can other way. Sorry. So we can see his arms. Look at his arms. He doesn't have hands.
They're just stumps.
The robot took them? Or they were cut for stealing the cover of a heavy metal band's album?
Keep scrolling down a bit, Anto, because the next one right underneath that is a game we talked about a little bit ago. Street Fighter 2010, the final fight.
Is that a legit thing? Like, is that actual Street Fighter?
That is from Capcom. It was a follow-up to Street Fighter. You'll notice it's called The Final Fight. It was before Final Fight came out. And it is Cyborg Ken in the year 2010 trying to avenge the death of a close friend.
Do you own this?
No, I don't. It's very rare. It was never released in Australia, but it's over in the US.
So they thought, well, Street Fighter was okay. We'll just make one more.
Yep.
And then that's it. And
Yep.
then they've gone, well, or we'll make the second one and we'll do that 1,100 times.
Yeah. So Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight. Awful
Wow.
game to play,
Terrible.
but I'll own it one day.
Oh, see, I was just going to say it's not a bad action game if you go into it knowing that it's not Street Fighter.
Yeah. Well, I think they just put it on there to try and cash in on the popularity of Street Fighter when it came out. Now, if we scroll up top, please, Anto, we can see the one in the middle there called Maziacs.
Is that a hamburger with legs?
No, that's a butt crab. That is a
Oh, it is.
big old butthole right in the middle with legs, and it spews out poop. And you've got a sword, and you have to defeat the butt crab with your maze styles.
I legitimately thought that this, where I'm mousing over, I thought that was a hand with like a finger puppet sword on the end.
You're very tired, Anto.
I'm real tired.
You know what? It wouldn't make it any less weird.
So that's what you can look
more
forward
weird.
to over at Bad Game Arts. Go over there, have a look, have a laugh. If you've got any bad video game art, feel free to join our Discord at hackthedino.com and drop them to me there. I do like putting up other people's horrendous finds of video game art in all its forms. I might go back and look through some of my old magazines.
I'm just going to take some steals of our show.
Make them NFTs. But we've been Hack the Dino. You've been you. Thank you for being very patient with our live show. We will have it fixed next time. I promise you this.
Please don't add any more stress to my plate.
I feel like we've been saying that for like a month now.
We have, and it's my
And
fault.
we'll get it.
No, it's
It'll
no one's
happen.
fault,
It'll be
man.
fine. But
Shit happens.
until then, just remember this. Floppy?
If you don't do it twice, have you really done it at all?
Ask your mum.